Hello again, everyone. We are back at the bunker as promised. Bit of grass cutting to do, and then I am going to test some solar. So I have already fitted the charge controller, Victron charge controller, and I got some solar panels. Well, mostly got them for the motorhome, but I am going to try them here today at the bunker because, you know, they'll work. And I've sort of made a cable up that I can use. Everything is leaning against. As you can see, I haven't cut the grass in about 3 weeks, unfortunately, so it's a bit long. There's the cable I made up there, and it's got the proper fitting to connect to the top hat cover there. So that's a 200 watt solar panel. So what I'll do is I'll cut the grass first, and then once I've got that done, we'll set up the solar panel, and then we'll go down below ground, and we'll see what sort of power I'm getting on an absolutely gorgeous day today. Absolutely beautiful. A little bit of wind, but not too bad, and but a lovely sunny day. So it should a good solar producing day. But listen, we'll get this done, and then once I get back, we'll go down below ground. There we go, all cut. Not as hard as I thought it was going to be. It was very dry the last couple of days, so the grass was very dry. Just going to go down below now and hook up the battery first. Victron like you to have the battery hooked up before you connect the solar. I'm not sure why. Maybe I think it might be the inrushing voltage, especially to the charge controller if there is there's nothing, no source hooked up to it. So we will we'll go down below now and do it. In fact, you can come down with me. There's a few spiders, but I've cleared all them away. I haven't been down here in a couple of weeks, but it generally looks after itself this time of the year. And it'll be dark in here because I know I haven't got anything hooked up. Where is my little... Did I leave it here with me? I did. There it is there. Couldn't remember if I left it here the last time or not. Get a bit of light going. Pick that up. That's fallen down from up here. That is a USB-C cable to charge this. Okay, so all I have to do is connect that to that. Very hard to do with one hand. There we go. Hold on, put you down for a second. Right, there we go. That is hooked up now. So the Victron will power on, as you can see. There's it powering on now with that blue LED. And we will have power now. There's everything connected up. So we've got the proper Nifan connector connected up into the top hat cover. That runs out. Nice thick flex. And then with the proper MC4 connectors, connects up to the eco-worthy panel. We're directly in line with the sun. And it should be getting decent solar because the angle of the sun is straight down onto it. And what time is it? It's coming up to 2:30. Now we've missed the main sort of solar generating part of the day, but we're still, the sun's nice and high in the sky. There's 0 clouds, so we should be getting nice strong solar. So we'll go back down below ground now and we'll see what we're getting. Everything is working well. I'll pop the screenshot on the screen now, but we're getting roughly, it sort of fluctuates between 70 and 80 watts. And now, that's not to say that is how much solar is available. That is a 200 watt panel and it's only bringing in 78 watts on completely direct sunlight. Now, there could be a couple of factors there. One, we're in absorption mode at the moment, and that is basically when the battery is pretty much fully charged and it's just bringing in pulsing the last sort of, amps that it needs just to be fully charged, and then it'll go to green. So I'm pretty sure by the time in the next 5-10 minutes that will go green. You can see the amps it's bringing in. That's all exactly what I expect to see. It's very, very similar to what I have at home as well, and what I also have in the motorhome. Now, the way I have this wired up is the original wire that comes down that you would have originally have charged the 12-volt batteries down here via generator, comes down via this thick cable here. That's the pneumatic air line coming in there, and that's all the 4G and radio antenna wires. So it comes in here, runs up over the top, over the top, over the top. That's the air line coming down there, comes down here, down through the battery changeover switch, and then down into the battery box. And then instead of having it directly into the battery box, I've teed it off here into the Victron charge controller. Then it comes back out of the charge controller directly onto the battery, and then coming off the battery is the feed then that turns on all the lights and runs all the 12-volt electronics down here. Now, I can't see how much this is taking out. Now, I have the load. Obviously, I can run all the lights off the load, which is here. It's on a cigarette lighter plug here. So what I will do now is I will run the lights off the load output, and that will show me then how much power everything in the post is taking. So I'm going to unplug it from here and plug it into here, and then I'll be back and I'll put a screenshot up to show you what is happening with everything. Back in a second. Right, so the information is up on the screen now. You can see that with everything running, so we have this light on here, we have this light on here, we have this light on here, we're pulling 23 watts. Now, if I was to turn on the modem and the little ATA to run the Teletalk, we're going to be pulling a few more watts into that. But all in all, the 200 watt solar panel will more than cope with that. We're still on orange there, so we're still in absorption mode. We're barely pulling anything out of the battery. In fact, the solar panel is actually only charging at 23 watts, even though we are using 23 watts. So we've got more than enough power with the 200 watt panel to power everything down here in the post, plus more. And obviously I've got that EcoFlow battery power pack now. I've got another 100 watt panel at home. So if we really need stacks of power, I've got that EcoFlow battery. I have got the other 100 watt panel, which I can connect to the 200 watt panel to give me 300 watts. And then I've got another 1800 watts to play with the EcoFlow power supply. So we've got tons of power down here for really anything we want. And then I've got the generator as well. So if I want to go completely off grid, easy peasy. In fact, I could probably run that radiator off the EcoFlow as well, which would be excellent. Camping down here and not running the generator would be awesome. Being able to run all night, just running off battery. Now I have stacks of batteries. Now I have tons and tons of lithium batteries. And just being able to, use this, okay, it's a little blue box stuck in the corner of a 1950s built bunker. I'll probably make a little wooden box or something to stick over the top of that, just so it's not so out of place. Victron with their blue, I wish they'd do a black version or something like that there, or something that's easy hidden. And I could have put it in the battery box, but just to be able to see it, to know what it's doing is quite handy. But everything seems to be going fine. Down here looks after itself, as I sort of allude to every time I do a video from down in here. It is not damp in any way, shape or form. It is lovely and dry. It doesn't smell damp or musty. It smells, it smells fine. And I can't wait to start having open days. It would have been nice to have one yesterday. I could have had one today as well with the way the weather was. But I'm just so busy at the moment with work and with the motorhome, and there's a lot to do. A couple more things with the motorhome coming up. I'm going to do a little video about getting internet in your motorhome, because I've looked at a lot of videos on YouTube, and there seems to be this general consensus that you have to buy a modem from a caravan dealer and either have them fit it or you get another company to fit it. And there just seems to be a lot of people thinking that that's the only thing you can do. But I want to do a video that shows you don't have to do that, that you can go out and buy your own cheap modem, cheap router, and an expensive antenna or a cheap antenna, and essentially save yourself a couple of £100. So I'm going to do that in the next video, and there'll be more stuff coming up for the bunker. I need to do some painting. I have to come back probably this is filmed on a Sunday, so I have to do some filming this week, coming up and doing some painting on one of the dry days we're having. And then next there will be an open day coming up, but lots and lots and lots of content. Hopefully, fingers crossed, as long as I remember to bring my phone and bring my microphones, and we can actually get some content recorded. Apologies if there is a big delay. It is just life in general gets in the way of making content for YouTube. But I'm going to aim to change that this year. But listen, folks, as always, thank you very, very much for watching. I'll see you all again next time. Bye-bye.